can President Trump really take ownership of Gaza and turn it into the Riviera of the Middle East?
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it.
This is the area we're talking about, the Gaza Strip on the Mediterranean. It's around 25 miles long and roughly 6 miles wide. Around 2 million Palestinians live there, most of whom have been displaced internally by the war between Hamas and Israel. A huge amount of damage has been done to infrastructure over the past 15 months too. But could Gaza end up under US ownership as part of a reconstruction plan? The short answer is that experts we've spoken to think such a plan would involve clear violations of international law. Firstly, under Article 2.4 of the UN Charter, the use of force is illegal. Members agree to refrain in their international relations from the threat or use of force against the territorial integrity or political independence of any state.
The idea that this would benefit the population of Gaza or another population is legally completely meaningless. It is simply prohibited to use military force on the territory of another state, particularly in order to conquer or annex that territory.
It's hard to see a situation in which President Trump could get agreement for his plan from leaders in Gaza. The Strip is run by Hamas, an armed group designated a terrorist organisation by a number of countries, including the US and the UK. Hamas has made it clear it won't agree to a takeover, calling the plan ridiculous and absurd. The idea of US ownership has also been strongly rejected by the Palestinian Authority, which governs part of the occupied West Bank. Israel can't make the decision to cede territory in Gaza, according to legal experts, who say it has no right to do so as an occupying power. We don't have many details about the specifics of Trump's proposal, but this is what he said about moving residents out of Gaza.
I think that if we can resettle, and I believe we can do it in areas where the leaders currently say no.
The Geneva Conventions, a set of international laws, prohibit forced permanent displacement. Here's Article 49. It says individual or mass forcible transfers, as well as deportations of protected persons from occupied territory, are prohibited, regardless of their motive.
It's a violation of rules which have been created by states, and it is a violation of international agreements and international customary rules of international law, which prohibit the forced displacement of people.
It's also not clear where any displaced people would go. Trump suggested they could be housed in parts of Jordan, Egypt and other nearby countries. But Arab states have rejected the idea and previously said it threatens the region's stability and undermines prospects for peace. And even if Trump ignored the likely breaches of international law, for any plan to be recognised, it would need the backing of the international community. There's little sign of that today. The UN and many of the US's EU and Western allies instead back a two-state solution, which would involve the formation of a Palestinian state alongside Israel.